Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome in. My name is Julie. This is Frontier Tarot. What is going on? Nice little Ace of Pentacles coming in, but I said Eight of Pentacles. So right there, the message is there's a new offer, a new opportunity when it comes to your work and when it comes to your creativity. So it's important to be open right now. And I knew we were going to have a Pentacle Day. It's a Pentacle Day. Because we're in Mars. Oh my God. We are in, what are we in? Taurus season. Why am I getting Mars? That's weird. Anyways, bear with me. Shit's kind of a little, I don't know. The frequency right now seems to be a bit odd. I don't know. Today's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, April, like the end of April. I don't know the date, the 7th, 27th, something like that. So tell me if you guys are feeling any kind of like buzzing in the air. I'm getting like a buzz. Some of you guys, okay, so I'm just going to start with the download that I got. It was like so crazy. It was like this hot air balloon. Like you were like getting into this hot air balloon and you were like so excited. You're like, finally, I'm in the hot air balloon. Like I paid a lot of money to get out here. I like did all the work to get it ready. Like you're so ready for this thing to launch, you know, because the hot air balloon is like, it's ready to launch. And you're in there and you're in the basket and all the ropes are ready to be released. And then all of a sudden this like huge wind gust comes in and like the storm starts and you're like trying to get the freaking like ropes untied and you're just like, wow. And you're like, oh my God, like this is a nightmare. Like there's no way I can fly, right? There's no way I can take off. Like that's the feeling that I'm also kind of getting right now. It's just sort of like kind of out of nowhere. Like you're like, but I did all the work, you know, I did all the things. And they're like, stay open, because what's happening is that you got to wait for the right conditions, right? So your launch, whatever you're wanting to expand into, you got to wait for like, he's just waiting there. He knows when the time is right, his ships will come in. Okay. So when the storms have passed and when the clouds have shifted and the skies open up, then you can launch. Okay. Then you can expand and then you can do what you want to do. So if any of you guys are feeling like a little restricted, a little held back, a little frustrated because things aren't progressing, like we just got to like hold your position. You know, he knows, like he trusts and he's just waiting. It takes time, you know, for things to develop, especially for those of you who are really, you know, like on an authentic journey for yourself and you're really like putting yourself in a position where you're really seen, you know, and you feel a little vulnerable and like that, you know, you're just kind of standing there like, is anyone gonna like pay attention? You know, this is like that whole thing when you like send an email out and no one responds, or like you put, you know, a message out there and you just get no reaction, or people ghost you, or people, you know, it's a little bit of that. And you're just standing there going, well, you know, I know at some point, you know, something's going to happen. So you don't want to duck out too soon. You don't want to leave too quickly because it could just be tomorrow. The conditions change and then everything comes. So that's the feeling I'm getting. It's like 1 minute you're feeling like this and the next minute it's feeling like that. Like a little bit of like really kind of bonkers, you know, in a way, because you're kind of at the mercy of something that's external to you, which is divine timing, which is like the conditions being right, other people's timelines lining up with yours. Okay. Like this, there's so much that's going on behind the scenes, you know, for what you are creating and what you're manifesting that is working in your favor. But, you know, sometimes we get impatient. We're like, I'm just standing here, you know, it's almost like he's like feels exposed a little bit. If any of you guys feel a little exposed right now, like, you know, maybe just put out a big thing and like you're not getting any reaction, you know, if any of you guys are on social media, maybe you did something really authentic or really vulnerable and you're not getting the reaction you wanted. Like that's kind of part of the problem though, is because the ego doesn't thrive where you're going. You know, the ego this is the end of the ego. So it's going to happen when your ego is in check. Okay. So for those of you who resonate with that kind of like that hot air balloon and like the thing's just like, you're so frustrated that like you did all this effort, but you're not able to like, it's not going anywhere yet. Like there's just an element of needing to check your ego, okay? Because the ego can't fly with you. Like, so really, take this opportunity. We've got this full moon and Scorpio coming up at the end of the week to like go deeper, dive deeper into some of your shadow, because that's what's all the storms and everything are trying to point you to your shadow. So it's a really good time for you guys to go get an energy clearing, an energy healing, like Reiki. Go do something really soulful right now. Go do something really deep for yourself. Go, even if it's just going in the water or going for a swim, like something about that, because there's like an energetic, you need to neutralize your energy a little bit, okay? And I know you're tired of standing there, believe me. Like I get this feeling. Like I'm like, come on, anybody out there, right? Like it's just part of it. But this is the card of like believing and just trusting. So belief, and trust are required. And those are things that are kind of outside of the ego, right? So if you think about it, it's always about dropping out of the ego and about that human part of you. That part of you that's human? I woke up today feeling very human, and I'm like, I'm over it. Like I'm like so ready for our friends to show up and take us to some other fucking, dimension, because I'm like hailing the alien taxi cab, I'm just like, take me to frickin' somewhere, like being human is just such a drag sometimes. Oh my God. And like, I just think that like, I know there's all this talk, I love what's happening with our galactic friends, and, I'm fascinated by, alien culture and UAPs and all that stuff. Like, I feel very like what's important around that, this conversation, by the way, I know I'm digressing, but the image came into my mind. So I went and got like all this, like I got Botox and filler, and I've only done that shit once before, and I went in there and I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm doing this. But like the opportunity opened, like it was perfect. It was through Citrine, who I trust and I love, and it just kind of landed where I was like, okay, now's the time, like, because I'm clearly doing things to myself. And so I go in there and she's just like, pew, 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 pew. And I'm like squeezing the ball going, fuck, this shit hurts. Just like, pew, pew, pew. I think I've got like a bruise, all over my fucking face. And I'm like, oh my God. And then she starts talking about aliens. And I was like, oh, thank God. It's like, we're talking about, this and that and Roswell and blah, blah, blah. And we just had this whole dialogue while she's shooting me up with some kind of foreign substance, about aliens. I'm like, fucking brilliant, and it kind of got me out of my head and it made me open up. And I was like, yeah, man, that's cool, like, I don't know, Botox and aliens, like, why not? Like, it was kind of awesome. So there is new things happening, my friend. So your radar is being really finely tuned. So it's really important that you kind of get your signal straight, because it's coming. It's happening. I mean, this is like, it's like, they're kind of laughing right now because they're like, you have no idea. And it's nothing to be worried about. Like, it's fun. Like, this is like exciting. Like, I think it's all about your perspective, right? So if you think like Disclosure Day is going to be like the end of the world, like you're going to create that reality. It's a division of realities is kind of what I'm sensing right now. It's like there's going to be kind of like timeline shifts where it's like the new earth and the people here. Like it's shit's going to start to open up, but it's not going to be like this big dramatic thing, It's going to be an opportunity for your signal to decide what you want to experience next. And for those of you who've done like the soul work and the depth, and you've experienced that, and you've been very human, and you've tried as best you can, you're really well positioned, because you understand that you are not of this world. Okay, you're not from here. This is not your home. You're here for like a minute, and that makes me feel so like, I don't know. It brings me a sense of peace, because I feel like for those of you who have not the easiest kind of experience here, for whatever reason, you're just very sensitive, and things just upset you that or wear you down, and you're not always completely aware of what those things are, like this is an opportunity to tune into, higher frequency and call that in, I mean, this is helpful. It's going to get better is what I'm feeling like. It's going to get a lot better, and it's reciprocal. Like I think what's going on, I don't know why I'm going off, on the aliens today, but like I find it really fascinating that people are afraid of something, because it's only like, it's up to you to decide what frequency you want to inhabit, right? So if you're sitting here complaining about everything and focusing on the news and all the awful shit, that's where you're going to go. It's kind of like the elevator door is going to open. You're going to either open on the basement floor with all the people who are doing this low vibe shit, or you're going to be like, penthouse, please. And you're going to open up into like freaking Shangri-La. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be, that's what's coming. And that's why now you can decide where you want to be. And I think this is really interesting, and it's very beneficial and it's very helpful. But yeah, something's wrapping up, like some kind of old stuff. So you want to clear your plate as much as possible energetically now, because that will, like, they're like telling me, like, if you want to be more finely tuned, the way to get more finely tuned is to get rid of everything that is not that. It's a removal process. It's not an acquisition. It's a removal. It's like, the David. That's like the best example that I always talk about. Like Michelangelo, he didn't always say, he has been known to say that the David already existed. He just got rid of all the marble that was in the way. It's the same idea. So this is when you guys are going to be really good at like clearing energy. Like I'm working on this. I did like a selenite wand, Maya from Citrine. That's like her little technique, and I love it. She shared with her audience the other day, and you just kind of, here, I'll do it right now. Like you clear your energy, right? Like she did this whole thing head to body, and it feels so good. Like just to kind of like she was saying, it's kind of like a brush, you know what I mean? So you can kind of brush off energy and stuff. Really nice. So these are things that you could do that clears energetic buildup. You know what I'm saying? Okay, back to the program. Okay, there's that Eight of Pentacles. So focusing on your work, focusing on your business, focusing on what you're doing. This is an opportunity for success, y'all. So any of you guys who have been diligently working on like your authenticity, on being genuine, on putting, like investing in yourself, investing in those things that make you feel good in your business and your brand. It's all about you. You are the thing. It's you. It's your energy that matters. Okay. So the Six of Wands is saying you're going to get recognized. You're going to get received. You're going to be appreciated. Like this is all about like coming back into town after a big long journey. This is kind of like the prodigal son a little bit. So some of you guys might be going back home, and like everyone's like, oh my God, you're amazing. Like I remember going back to Detroit, like after being in New York or LA or, all the places I went. And I was like, I kind of feel like a rock star here, like I felt like, yeah, like here I was like big fish in a small pond, whereas the other places I was kind of like, hello. Right. So, and that's the ego. I get it. But like, there's also like what's behind the ego is that's what's being rewarded is like the honesty, being genuine, being real, being authentic, as much as that word is just being overused right now. Like this is what's going to get you there. And I feel like there's a finish line that you're kind of crossing right now. And you're going to be like, it's going to kind of come out of nowhere though, because you're going to be like how you might be feeling today. Like I just did all this stuff and no one's responding. Well, it's going to happen in divine order, right? So maybe you sent out an email and you're like, they didn't get back to me, but maybe that person's been away and you just didn't realize it, So be patient with waiting for people to respond, okay? If any of you guys are like, you just feel like someone like left or something, then just like hold your space, right? Stay in your own energy. And then all of a sudden, boom, out of nowhere, you get the call, you get the recognition, you get the reward, you get the praise. Really nice. And it's very genuine, because the Six of Pentacles is just, it's very real. So everything that you're building is real. Like it's you like the real thing. I think, that's what's kind of interesting about the human experience is like once we get to that really good real place, meaning like your soul is pretty much in line with your personality, like that's what Gary Zukav was talking about when he was talking about authentic power. I always loved that. It's like, it makes total sense. You know, if any of you guys aren't familiar with Gary Zukav, he wrote a really famous, well-regarded book called The Seat of the Soul, back in like the 90s, you know, when this shit was just kind of like barely being talked about. Some of you guys might want to go read that book again or pick it up for the first time if you haven't read it. But that is the thing. And I think that's part of it, is like when your soul and your personality come into alignment, then that human experience is been, it's kind of, you kind of got there. You kind of figured it out. Not to say that there can't be a bunch of other shit going on, but you're like, I'm kind of cooked, you know, like it's that feeling of like, you know who you are, you're self-contained, you're self-aware, you're like actual, like all these things, like you kind of got to the heart of things for yourself, which feels really good. And that's what's being rewarded. And that kind of like opens up. It's kind of like it's like a seed, and then the seed opens up, and then all of a sudden you can ascend, you can elevate, you can have a new experience. You can have a whole different life, a whole different world. Anything's possible, especially now. And going forward, it's going to be, it's just like you have no idea, you know, like what it could be. And that's why you want to be open, you know, you want to be open to like, show me, you know what I mean? Like, don't put your human self into the future too much. Try not to. We've talked about this before with the planning and the planning and the planning. Yeah, I don't know, really? Just get to the next thing. Get to the next thing and make it reciprocal. This is the big lesson on earth, is like genuine love, genuine mutual reciprocity. This is what we have to work on. We have to work on like equal give and take. And this is the power imbalances and all this economic uncertainty, you know, all of that is just this being really out of whack. So some of you guys are going to be really successful at finding ways to be very, like give, like kind of like, you know, when like Tom's shoes came out and like the give back, you know, and like every shoe was going to be, you know, he made or sold was going to be given to a child in need, that kind of thing. Like you know, like that's great. Like that's kind of like that kind of thing. Like add that element of reciprocity into your recipe. A reciprocity, recipe, you know what I'm saying? A recipe for reciprocity. God, say that 5 times fast. Ooh, what do we got here? What do we got here, folks? Yeah, Ace of Swords. Ding, ding, ding. Perfect. New outreach, new phone call, new email, new ideas, new communication. I love this card. Isn't it cool? It's just like, here you go. Here you go. This is it. This is what you've been waiting for. The offer. It's just that communication. It's that phone call, that text, that maybe it's the response back. Maybe you've been like, I've been praying, Lord, for my soul to be saved. And all of a sudden, here you go. You know, it shows up just like that. And there's that crown of victory and the laurel wreath. And that's all about success and victory. This is a card of victory. So is this. So victory over all of it, you know, really. The World card, all of it. Big cycle ending for you guys. And I love when there's the World card and the Ace, because that's wrapping shit up and then a new beginning. So use this full moon to really wrap shit up. It's like I said at the beginning, like do a deep dive in there. Get rid of any lingering stuff that's been kind of building in the basement, you know, of your soul, you know, like get it all out, you know, like really good time doing some breath work. Breath work always does that. It's intense. For those of you who've never done it, beware. Like, you don't want to do breath work like in a group setting. Like, at least I'm so glad that my first experience, I was alone on this couch, because like it is so powerful. And like if you're a little bit self-conscious about other people seeing you like cry and like weep and like have almost like primal like urges and feelings and emotions and sounds coming out of you, then, you know, do it at home. Do it in the safety of your own goddamn house, because yeah, it's intense, but it works. It's very effective. So that could be something that might help you guys to clear out any anything that's kind of down in there that needs to be released. Okay. Here we go. All right. Perfect. So there's the Two of Wands, right? Like now it's like you went from the 3 to the 2, right? So now you're open, and then you're like, I don't know, maybe. Like I sense some of you guys like want to go do the thing, or you want to expand, but then you kind of contract, or you doubt yourself, or you second guess yourself. That's okay. Like you're still in the ball game. Like you're going back to a 2, get back into a 3. Like it's okay to like, go forward a little bit and then come back. It's kind of like just give it time. Like work your thing out. If any of you guys are working out some kind of a pitch or some kind of like, I don't know, like I know there's probably no stand-up comics that watch me, but like you got to work out your bit. You know what I mean? Like it's good to kind of practice a little bit right now. Any of you guys who are needing to kind of be out in the public eye, or give talks or speaking engagements, like get going on that now. If that's something that you want to do, get good at it. Like it's a good time to practice and build. It's like you don't just go out and run the marathon, right? You got to kind of build up to it. And so now is a good time to start and just to begin and just to be open to a new kind of, I don't know, a new platform, a new like experience, something new for you. And it's okay to at first be a little bit shy. There's that Death card. It's like you're really ending a lot of painful stuff. So when this passes, some of you guys could be grieving, some of you guys could be going through just like a big ending, so I get it. Like this is a card of transition. Yeah, some of you guys walked away from a relationship, something unfulfilling emotionally, and it's just been kind of this long road, but like trust that like something ending does bring in the new beginning, and you're going to be more open, and so in the Two of Wands, this figure is stepping out onto his sort of like balcony, right? He lives in this castle, but he's been inside the castle for too long. And so he steps out onto the balcony and he's like, oh, I wonder what's out there. Oh, the whole world is out there. So is this a really good time for you guys to kind of come out? Like if any of you all been like a little bit hermity or a little bit like haven't really been doing much socializing or anything, I totally understand that. Like some of you guys have been grieving, or you've been, you're just going through it and you're like, the last thing you want to do is like go like make small talk with people. Like, of course, the things that are going to open up though for you are going to be things you want to do. So go experience things, like go to a museum, go out, get cultural stimulation is going to be helpful. Taking a trip would be amazing. Any of you guys are like, maybe you don't like to socialize where you are, but like when you go somewhere, then you feel a little bit more alive. So if you feel like you want a weekend away, or you want to go to a new town or a new city or across the world, like whatever it is, like that feels really good too, because he's kind of open now. And this is kind of a card of travel and just sort of seeing the world, right? So that could be a good thing if any of you guys have overcome or grieving the loss of something, even if it's like maybe a pet died or something like that. It's good to go. I'm getting also Mount Shasta a little bit for those of you who are local, or going to the mountains somehow, or like just kind of feeling a little bit like a higher perspective might be kind of nice. Getting up on the bluffs, if any of you guys are local, like, we have a lot of that here where you can go up and look over the ocean. That feels really good. It's a perspective, that's just like, oh, wow, I didn't think about that. So get yourself high and look out. That will kind of like help remove any kind of like mental stagnation I'm getting. Okay. I hope this makes sense. I know I've been a little all over the board today, but it kind of feels like that. Like, like you're not quite sure where to put your energy, maybe some of you guys. And I feel like that's okay. When you like, just stop and breathe, just stop and breathe and tell yourself it's okay. Get excited about like making contact and like, just focus on that. And like get out of your human shit, It's like the human stuff's, it's kind of getting old anyway. You know what I mean? Like you guys are ever like, yeah, I love music and I love nature, and I like friends and stuff like that. But like, the rest of it, like there's only so much You could really, I don't know, maybe I'm just being really cynical. I'm sorry if I am. I don't mean to be a downer, but I just get more excited about what else is possible to experience other than just this mundane human shit. Cause like, I don't know, you just start to outgrow like some of the limitations, and it just feels good to like expand into new frequencies, new dimensions. Like, go for it, and then the Queen of Pentacles is like very grounded at the same time, so it feels very polarizing. Like, I'm like, as you ascend and you're going up, you're up, but then like the Queen of Pentacles is like, no, stay grounded, be close to earth and nature and love. So I get where it's like a little confusing. That's why like some of your signals, myself included, might be like I'm not really getting a strong like signal yet, and that's okay. Like, actually a really good way to like increase your signal is probably to be in nature, less humans right now, more like the natural environment. It's gonna tuning into that feels really good, as opposed to just being around other people's stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like some of you guys, like, you really prefer animals to people. Like, sometimes I get that. Like, being with just people, it's like it's like everything's a reflection of you, and you're constantly triggered all the time. So for those of you guys who are just not feeling like you want to be social or be around a lot of people, like, that's totally fine. Like, do you, like, do your thing. Just do it in nature, they're saying, They're like, just go outside. Right? Like, you can do your solo thing and be all like in your own kind of world or your own transition, but like, just go sit outside. Like, if you can, like, there's places to go, and things to just sit, park bench, perfect, like wherever there's water or mountains, just like getting that natural world around you will feel really nice. Okay. So I like that. These are all really good cards. Okay. I just want to make sure that this is clear, that like you have really, really good cards. Okay. So that but you do have the Death card and you have the World card. Okay. Which is, they're both significant endings. So that is the biggest hurdle right now, is just to let it lie. Some of you guys are all worked up about a situation or a rejection or some kind of like impatience going on. And they're like, that's it. Like, put that down. Like, you got to let it lie. Like, this is not the time to try to control everything. That's why, that launch isn't happening, or that hot air balloon isn't rising. Cause it's like, there's too much going on. Like, you're just wrestling. You're going against, the weather. You can't. So you got to put aside any expectations. Sorry, I know you really maybe wanted something and it didn't come, or blah, blah, blah. You feel rejected. All that shit happens, right? But trust that, like, it's so much better on the other side of this. It's just your ego getting in the way. And the ego is a big thing. So this is not easy to put down, but that's the guidance, is just to let it go. Let it go. Let things just kind of, let the chips fall where they may. Okay. Especially for those of you guys who had a conversation, this is specific for someone. If some of you guys spoke up, or you said something, or you reached out and you're kind of waiting for their response, or you're waiting for some kind of something to happen and maybe it didn't come. I'm definitely picking up on that for at least one of you guys. You just gotta hang in there, wait for the right conditions. Okay. Like, everything's going to happen. It's just that if you're like, I texted them, they didn't text me back in 3 minutes. Like, that's the problem. You got to release it. You got to let it go. You got to do your thing, reach out, speak as clearly as you can. Clarity is important, and then let it go. Go for a walk, go sit outside. Really good time for you guys. If any of you guys are reaching out to people, it is a good time for that, but it's just make it short, make it simple, make it clear, do one thing, boom, and then go out and forget about it. You got to forget about it. Okay. You can't sit there and like, that's going to cause all the storms if you overanalyze it. No bueno, no overanalyzing. You communicate, you let it out, and then you let it go. And even this goes for social media. It goes for any kind of like anything that you're putting out there communication wise. let it go, like say it and then release it. Okay. And like that's the best way to do it. Hang on. Okay. So there's that beautiful Ace of Pentacles again. Beautiful energy, right? So more coming. This is real. What's coming is real. And sometimes it takes time. Pentacles are slow, but we're in Taurus season. We're not in Mars season yet. But this is like worth the wait is what I'm hearing. This is going to be worth the wait. Okay. That I'm going to title this talk that it's worth the wait. Okay. And yes, and you have been patient and you've been good. You know, you've been good. You've been patient. You've been cool. You know, I love the Temperance card because she's just like, she's all good. She's just sitting there making her magic potion, feeling, you know, like the water and the love and the balance. And she's just lit up in her own energy, knowing that there's more coming. Ding, 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 you know, and she's just working her magic. She's just feeling it. So it's a really good time to get your thing going. Like get your stick, you know, going on. Then something shows up that's really genuine. It's real. So it's going to be like a nice offer, you know? I really feel that for you guys, right? Yeah. So celebration. You're going to celebrate this. And if you want this thing to come in, then go celebrate now. This is what I mean about like do the thing and then go have fun. You know, it'd be a great time for you guys to get together with friends. Go put out their thing and then go like have fun with your girlfriends. Like go meet for drinks. Go like dance around. You know, this is really, really good time to just lighten up by just spending time with people that you can really be yourself with. Threesomes are really good right now. However you want to read that. But mix it up, you know, like get that good flow going. You want to be around high vibe people right now. You really want to be around people that you connect with. This is the important thing. These girls are having fun together. There's no effort here. They're all very genuine and very real. These are your sisters. You know what I mean? Your soul people. So go hang out with them because that's going to create a nice momentum. And that is super like, yeah, 10 of Cups with the Knight of Cups. Some of you guys are really going to attract in like a significant partner. I've been feeling like this for a while. So you want, and this is going to be kind of like, it's going to come in quite nicely for you. Very beautiful energy. Very like the Knight of Cups. He's just like the Knight of Cups. You know what I mean? I mean, he's just like, he's the one, right? The one that can really offer you something real. I mean, my God, who doesn't want that? You know, like I think so many of us who've been single for a long time and have been out there trying to like navigate the dating world or whatever. It's just like, it's so crazy, you know? So some of you guys are like, I'm just focusing on my own self and I'm going to be in my own energy. I'm going to hang out with my friends. I'm just going to build my own happiness and joy. And then as soon as you recognize that your own happiness and joy is your responsibility, quite frankly, then this shows up. Then the Knight can show up and kind of sweep you off your feet and provide and grow something with you. You know, this is growth. It's got a lot of growth to it. So focus on your own happily ever after in just as an ability to create a happily ever after. This is very much like a heaven on earth kind of feeling too. So for those of you guys who are getting bored with the human experience, I feel like I offended a little bit of like some spirit energy up there. I'm so sorry because I'm like, I'm sick of being human. That I do feel a little bit of like, you know, I didn't mean that, you know, like they're like, it's cool. Like, don't worry about it. It's understandable. It's like sometimes we just outgrow our skin, you know, we just need to expand. So nature can really provide a nice way for us to like, you know, I often refer to this energy when I'm working with clients as like, you're like a plant that's been potted, you know, in a pot. And like, you know, all the roots are all like jammed up in there because you've outgrown the pot, you know, so you got to take it out of those shitty plastic pots that they come in and like let all those roots just kind of like really, it feels really good energetically to do that. It's just like let it all kind of release and then plant yourself somewhere where you can grow bigger, right? So like a good, like, I don't know, any of you guys who are getting into that, like gardening and farming and, you know, all that stuff is so good. So just like really enjoying that right now feels like a nice way to ground. But focusing back on your own ability to manifest like happiness and joy and love, I think that's really key. Because I don't think that like until you get to that point, like the Knight of Cups can't enter into that territory of someone who's needy or desperate or clingy. Like he won't. His energy is too pure. That's what it is. You're purifying your energy, and the Knight of Pentacles has got pure energy too. Pure energy. Boom. Isn't that a song? Boom, 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 boom. Pure energy. Boom. Sorry. I'm a little, ding, ding, ding today. I kind of like that every day, so maybe today is no different. Anyways, I digress. So pure energy, okay? This is what you're creating. This is who you are. This is like you're figuring out what works for you. It's a really good time to get that dialed in. Figure out what works. It's like do what works for you, and look at that. Like, well, when this happens, I feel like this. And when that happens, I feel like that. How do you balance your energy? Okay, how do we get everything kind of flowing for you? That's what's really important right now. So looking at like input, output, what are you putting in your system? What are you putting out? All of that. Really good time to just get your own formula, your own flow. And when you do, you're like, oh, you kind of glow, right? So this is definitely for all you ladies, time for that glow, the glow to come, like your light coming back. I mean, this is, she's an angel here. Like she's lit from within, right? So this is a good time to, really glow, like really let the light out. And when you do that from a natural place, then like things just kind of happen on the external. That's kind of how I started. Like, I was like, I don't think you can tell that the Botox is kicked in. I still got all these lines, but there's no way in hell I was ever going to do that. Like, that's just not my thing. I've always been like, and the opportunity presented itself, and I felt like, you know what? It just felt right to do it. And I'm like, I never do stuff like this for myself to make my, it's like I always like do things for others. So I was like, just freaking do it. So stay tuned. I don't know. Hopefully my face will, I don't know. Anyways, it was a try. It was an experiment. I had a great conversation about aliens, and I'm still alive, so it didn't kill me. Anyways, I digress. But these things are going to show up naturally, right? Like all of a sudden, like when you're healed from the inside out, like you're naturally going to start to shift and change. And whatever, kind of works for you. You can, I think for a lot of us who struggle with aging, myself, like clearly have had a very difficult time with this whole thing. Like it's time to like release and purify all of those things and like let yourself, ascend. And, like I've just been listening to like interviews with people like Vanessa Williams, Jodie Foster, they were all talking about like, they're like later in life and they're like, I feel great. Like Jane Fonda, like it's not the end of the road. You know what I mean? I think if anyone's going through menopause and you're in my age, where, oh my God, it fucking sucks. And they're all like, your 50s suck. Like they were very like, you just don't feel great. But then you hit 60 and like, boom, you're ready to go. I don't know why I'm talking about that other than the fact that I'm just sharing my own kind of personal struggle right now. But that's sort of what is releasing. So good full moon energy. You know what you should do? Go hang out with your friends on the full moon. I think it's Friday. Go, like, all you ladies are like, we're already doing it. We're already got that circle. Like, go howl at the moon. Go do something outside. Go, like, even if someone's got a garden or like, please go celebrate. Do something kind of witchy and ritualistic and like clear energy. Clear it. Okay? Super important. And make it fun. Like I really feel very, very strongly about this next wave of healing and wellness. It's fun, right? Wellness should be fun. Should not be a struggle or a battle or difficult. Make it fun. So if any of you guys are like I just started doing this workout, it's super fucking fun. I feel great, after I do it because it's fun. So find your fun, and that's where your flow is. Like fun and flow are definitely connected. And, I've always kind of barked about that, like fun, what the fuck is fun? You're here to have fun. I mean, why not? I don't know. Maybe that's something that's shifting in me. That's like, really? Like, is that possible to still have fun? I don't know. Maybe I've just been kind of going through a long period of just like, oh, but that's just mine. That's just my shit. You guys don't have to take that. I'm just sharing. I think some of you guys will understand what I mean. But look at all these. I mean, I'm looking at the spread, but there's like all these cups. Cups are about emotion, right? Feelings, love, connection. They're very genuine. Okay, my hair. Genuine love. This is like real. Okay, so it's really important that you are as authentic and as genuine as you can in a loving situation, and like loving, be honest with people, share like I just did, like open up all of those channels. That's really good way to help assist your ascension, is just to like open up those emotional channels again and allow yourself to like let it out, but let it out in a way that feels comfortable for you, that feels right for you. It's almost like as soon as you do and you share, like then something new shows up, like some really good stuff that's going to actually really make you a lot of like very good money, good resources, really, really nice when you share, when you open up, when you allow yourself to be real. Okay. This is a really big message for some of you guys. Any of you guys who are, kind of like, maybe you've been trying to decide, like, should I do this? Should I do that? You've been a little bit wishy-washy about something. Okay, this is where you have to get some clarity. This is where you need some support from your friends. Because that temperance card is showing me, like, I don't know, do I do this? Do I do that? Like, a little bit like, they're like, stop. Like, don't, like, first of all, it doesn't have to be one or the other. Okay, the right combination for you is both. Going back and forth. So some of you guys, you're like, I don't want to do this all the time, but I like doing this, but I don't want to do that all the time. Find the blend, find the flow. They work together. So if there's two things that you have going on, or two things that you're interested in, or like you're feeling you got to pick one, like, no, you don't. Blend them. Any of you guys who have been like maybe trained in a certain practice or trained in a certain ideology, or you've been studied something for a long time, but you really like kind of like this stuff over here, do both. This is a big thing. I see this all the time, especially with like people in medicine and doctors and people who've been trained in a or like psychologists and people who have been very trained in a certain kind of cerebral way or a certain kind of intellectual way, but yet they love like new thought and they love new medicine. They love like kind of more, I don't know, spiritual concepts and ideas. Like find a way to blend the two. That's where your magic lies anyways. Okay. So you're going to start to weave in some of these things. And I feel like your magic lies in the ability to use both, because this is the card of alchemy, which if you think about it, alchemy is kind of like, I mean, it's like turning like lead into gold, or, like it's a transformative, it's transmuting. So some of you guys, you have a certain power or certain magic in the ability to release and to transmute energy for yourself, for others, healing. Some of you guys are healers, and you're able to lift out stuck energy. It'd be great if any of you guys are wanting to learn Reiki or are really good at Reiki. You might want to like kind of rejigger some of that a little bit, because there's something about that energy flow that feels really good for you. That's the thing. Okay. So I'm just going to like remind you guys that like, make it feel good for you. That's what she understands, is like, you don't want to give away like all your shit. You know what I mean? You want to do what feels good for you. So doing things that you enjoy doing, that you can do over and over and over. Like that feels really good, And I love this card because she's got 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the ground, So you've got all of this water coming in. You're going to get probably a lot of attention coming up, a lot of people wanting to talk to you, spend time with you, present you with ideas or opportunities. And you're just sort of like, you're feeling things out. Okay. It's better. You want to feel things out right now. If there's opportunities or things swirling around you, this is how you feel it out. Okay. You don't really think about it. Feel it. Like, I don't know, maybe this, maybe that. You just don't know. Like trying things on. It's a really good time to try things on in that way. and see how it feels. Okay, that's super important. Okay. All right. I hope that made sense, you guys. I feel like we kind of came full circle. I'm going to pull an oracle card before I let you go. And I hope you guys are doing great. Yeah, I feel like stay optimistic. There's a lot of good stuff, man. So much, like definitely, like it's just kind of like you just gotta wait for the conditions to be right. You gotta wait for the timing. Timing is at play here. Okay, so just understand that. Okay, like just stay in your own energy, be in your own flow, find your flow state. Your flow state is your glow state. Okay, so things flow and you glow. Like when you're in that energy, that high vibrational energy, that purification process, really good time. Drink a lot of water right now, purify, detox. Absolutely. As I say, go out and have fun with your friends. That is kind of like this polarity, right? But that is the human experience. It's duality. That's the tricky part, you know? It's like, you got to find that balance, you know, it's like moderation, all this stuff. It's like, you know, it's just kind of part of being in this dimension is like, you're just kind of always having to kind of rebalance a little bit. Like there's a big message of that, you know, finding that kind of smooth road. Time for a nap. Some of you guys just need to rest. You need to, like just feel very not for you. Like it's okay for you to say no. It's okay for you to just bow out, you know, like absolutely, that's part of it. You're like, maybe you've said that you're going to go do something and then like that thing comes and you're like, I'm just not up for it. It's okay for you to not do certain things. Okay, like I think that's really hard for people. Like if you have agreed to something, that's why they don't want you to plan. They're like the planning, you know, because you're like, yeah, that sounds great in 3 months from now, or yeah, that sounds great in like 2 weeks. And then like all of a sudden the date comes and you're like, fuck, you know, that happens to me all the time. I just go, I do it, you know, but it's not less fun. So better to stay present, better to stay in the moment. And I understand like you've got to make plans and stuff like that, but just be clear with people that like, yeah, that sounds great, but I'll touch base with you a week before if you can. Or like, I just want you to know that there's a chance I might just be clear with people. Like I'm not really good at keeping plans stuck, so don't count on me. But if I can be there, I will. Stuff like that. Just be clear. Don't count on me, but if I can make it, I'll be there. That feels like a nice kind of like an out. Some of you guys are just like looking for an out and you're, oh my God, I totally get that. You're like, how can I fucking get out of this? Don't sweat it, you know. Better to stay in your own energy, honestly, and then wait for the thing that you want to do, because then you'll go out and it'll be worth it, you know. Like don't force that. Like when the right thing shows up, you're like, oh my God, I know that's going to be fun. I know I'm going to enjoy myself, and then go do that. But if you're kind of like, I'd rather just kind of be in my own thing. Yeah. Some of you guys need to chill out and take a rest. Okay. Like, take a nap instead of going and running around and doing a bunch of shit, you know, like try to shift into a new energy. The building blocks card is saying like, you're kind of like getting things lined up in that way. You know, it's kind of like the comedian working out his act. There's something that you're building kind of maybe behind the scenes, and maybe you don't always want to share that with people, which I think is wise. So you could be, you're just kind of rather be in your own flow. Maybe you're an artist or you're working on something. You're like, I'm in a flow state. Like, I don't want to break that to go do something that I've said I was going to do that I don't really feel like doing. Okay. So better to, if you're in a flow state, stay there. And just like, if maybe someone's writing, maybe someone's planning, maybe you're just, it's coming. You don't want to like disrupt that energy, because that is very purifying. So when you're doing your thing, right, whatever that is, you get kind of lost in it. That's it. And you just want to like allow that to come through as much as possible, because you are building something and you're getting better at it. If any of you guys have like been really like tuning into your intuitive gifts and abilities, and you're like channeling, and maybe you're free write, associating, and all those things. You're just journaling like crazy. Maybe it's just kind of coming through you. It's good to allow that, like keep allowing that to flow through, right? Because that's that it like creates like a nice opening then. So you want to flush the system is what I'm hearing. Like flush it out. So some of you guys really, you do want to detox. You want to flush out anything that's been in your system that you don't want anymore. It is a good time if any of you guys have been wanting to go off, I don't know, some kind of a prescription drug or doing something. Like it's good to start to back off some of those things, I mean, obviously work with your doctor on that, but I can see some of you guys wanting to adjust something in that way. Something that feels like unnatural, like this, maybe some hormonal stuff, right? Shit, I hate all that, because it's so mysterious. You're like, what's going on? I don't know why I don't feel great. Patience, it's just patience. You got to let things work out, it's sort of like the plumbing, right? You got to let it open up and like let it kind of flow. Okay. So filtering out something right now for you would be really, really good. And there's a change coming, and it feels like you're like, I feel like I've been changing my whole life. Like there's this zebra like carrying, it's like, I am like changed. Like I feel like all I do is change, right? Maybe some of you guys are like, I just want to stay put. I'm tired of all this change. Okay. So this is like you're at a moment of acceptance. Okay. I think this is a big thing. And then we'll start to wrap it up. Accept where you are right now. That's super important. It's just to accept where you are. Good, bad, ugly, uncomfortable, fun, exciting, boring, stupid, angry, upset, all of it. You just got to own it. Own where you are. Okay, that, if you can do that and just be in that energy and feel it and be like, okay, tune in, to yourself and just feel where you feel shit. Talk about it. This is great. Just be like, I feel like this right now. I feel like that. Like identify what's going on inside of you and the thoughts that you're feeling. That's a really good exercise. And you can do that with yourself. You know what I mean? Like I do that sometimes where I kind of pretend like I'm my own therapist, like it's like on a Sunday morning or whatever, a coffee, and I'll just talk to myself and I'll just start saying like as if there was a therapist sitting there, like this is what I'm feeling, and right now I feel like that, and it just kind of gets it out. Or over a glass of wine at night, like there's something wrong with that. Like I think sometimes we think that we have to be so pure and perfect. It's really not. I mean, we can do shit. Look, I put fucking rat poison in my forehead this weekend, or whatever it is. Like I don't know. I mean, it just felt like, why not? Like I'm not going to like beat myself up over it, but it was just something different that I did. We'll see how it feels, but I did it. So what are you going to do? It's like there's something also about like, you've already put it out there, right? Like, so some of you guys back to, maybe put a message out there and you're like, and you just spent crickets, like it'll come, like, let it come. Like, don't worry. Stay focused on your own energy. Identify. That's a trigger. Right? So if you're feeling triggered, just sit with the trigger and just either journal, talk to yourself, do that, like pour a glass of wine and be like, I'm just like sharing as if there was like a virtual therapist sitting there. Talk to your AI buddy, whatever that is. More on that, but do those things that help you flush out some of your emotional fears, doubts, worries. That's a really good thing, especially for the full moon. Like really talk to your friends. Like, don't fuck around. Like, get to it. Like, share, get real, and like use each other to get in there. If these are people that you love and trust, like have deep conversations, have something real, and then release it and go have fun. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. You are blessed, y'all. I'm going to wrap it up with this card. What beautiful, beautiful message to say goodbye to. You are blessed from above. Like, you are it. It is of you. Like, there is nothing you can't be, do, or have. And just feel like happy to be alive. Feel happy to be connected. There's so much divine love and inspiration like all around you, within you, as you. And I just really encourage you guys to feel that for yourself. Feel that for yourself. Call that to you. Own that for yourself. That's all that matters. Okay. All right, y'all. I love you so much. Thanks for letting me share. Thanks for letting me be with you. I'm here for you for readings. My next tarot training is May 30th and May 31st. Right here in Sausalito. So I hope you guys, if you're local, sign up for that. And I will see you again real soon. Okay. Ciao.